What are you looking for?
All the Forerunners, but those shits are trash,
Nice.
dog. They don't have the high end shit that I want. So
Hey,
like,
sick
fuck
of
off.
bitch.
Oh yeah, dog. I want some shit that's not gonna get stuck in the desert. You know.
Oh, you want some dog? You don't even like going to the desert. Last time you told
I
us
like going to. Oh,
to come
I like
save
going
you,
off
bitch.
roading.
Yo, what up? What up? What up, yo? Listen, we're still Angel's still trying to hop in here. And I'm trying to figure out this 5 guest screen, and I just fucked it up. So give us a little bit. We'll be on in 5 minutes. We'll start the show. For now, you can chit chat with the rest of the guys. George, Masa, and Brian, you guys are in chat, right? You guys see in the chat?
Yeah, I just opened it up right now.
For sure. So chat with these fools while I fuck around with the settings, and
Nah,
we'll be
I'm
on there
trying
in a
not
bit.
to trip myself. I can't
I'm
move
not
that
trying to.
much.
I'm not trying to talk to anybody.
Cool, bitch. What the fuck you
Oh,
coming to podcast for?
I fucking hate them all. I'm trying to talk to you,
right.
bitch. I'm trying to talk to
Hey,
you, not to them.
hey, now you and Masa kiss. Masa,
Huh?
look to your left. Brian, look to your right.
What, left or right?
Yeah, let me see.
Oh,
That way, right
You
there, right
can't
there.
you can't
No,
see
the other way.
it right now.
who is
You
it?
can't
Oh
see it right
yeah,
now.
Brian, go.
You can't see it right now. I have a different
Hell
screen
yeah.
because of morons, man. I swear to God, this is shit I gotta deal with every week, dog.
What you mean, dog? We're dealing with you right now
What,
too.
what are you
They
talking
don't
about, dog?
know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
he don't know. He don't know where the fuck he's at. He don't know what day it is.
I don't know what y'all talking about. Hey, chat, don't believe nothing these guys saying because they're all trying to
That's
make
a
me
fuck.
look
Hey,
bad.
dog, he's
Trying
like
to make me look
the
bad.
fucking president fool. Like, oh my god, he's a president acting this way.
This was Ruchi
It's like,
Khalifa. and shit.
Yo, shout out to
Rich
Eric on the
Khalifa.
chat, dog. Fucking shout out to Max, dog. This weekend.
Hey, I saw the highlights. Verstappen put in work.
Yeah, man.
When they told him to back up, he's like, nah, fuck
Nah, what the
that.
Is that
fuck?
driving like no grandma? That's
Yeah.
tight.
I
Yeah.
that they were smart though about the way they went about the tire selection, dog. They went on hard.
So explain to me. So this race was they chose a tire or
No,
how
no.
was
So
it?
they dropped the level. So like they were running on softer tires this Grand Prix
Mm,
because of because they don't because it was in the same place. They
uh-huh.
had to switch it up a little bit, so they switched up the tire allocation. So
Huh,
they had to run,
okay.
but it worked. It was like, yeah, with Red Bull, was dope because they started off with the hards instead of the mediums where everybody else started off with, and that's what gave
Hard
him that
last
little
longer
advantage.
too.
Yep.
But it was crazy though because technically he shouldn't be that fast on that tire type.
Yeah. No, he drove. He really drove.
But I think Albin had a good race too after he swapped tires. It was a
Mhm.
wrap after that.
Well, the Red Bull got the pace. You know, they got more pace than I thought they did.
They
Yeah.
come out quick.
Because the Red Bull, like Albon, fucking because he pitted early, he ended up being last. Like at one point of the race, like he was running last place and
Yep.
came back.
He
And just
pitted
did-
early. I think he pitted like lap 7. or some
Didn't
shit like
Bottas
that.
pit early too?
Oh, Bottas is just a mess right now. Dog.
That's crazy.
Bottas is a mess right now. Woo.
Whoa.
Let me fix that real quick. There we are. Who we're missing here? We're missing Angel.
Yeah.
We're missing fucking.
Bingham is coming on in 3 minutes to replace Angel. That should be jokes.
Hey, Angel look like he's about to give up some evidence, though. He's about to 6'9" somebody.
Oh.
I'm gonna fucking change his voice so nobody recognizes his voice.
like
It's like in
fucking
Gangland?
Gangland?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Give him the Prince voice, dog.
Shit, don't disrespect Prince like that.
Oh.
All right, I think we're set. Dope. Nope. Oh no, we
Yeah.
got 5 hosts. My bad. There we go.
But
we are.
low key, I think low key Mercedes kind of fucked Bottas over, dog.
How so? Because they made him pit early?
Uh, not necessarily. They kept Hamilton on track, right? And Bottas came into pit. You would think that they were gonna have
Nah, I think
Hamilton pit right over, but
I think
I
they
don't know.
really
I think
they really wanted to see if Hamilton go do one stop instead of 2 stop.
nah, you don't believe that.
I do. I think he could have done it too. I think he could have done it too. All right, boys, here we go. We got 1 minute to start the show. Angel,
Ooh.
Angel, I can finally see you. You don't look like you're.
I don't
Hi,
think he has
Angel.
headphones on.
He doesn't have headphones on.
No,
Ryan,
he doesn't know what we're talking
How
about.
you feeling, baby? Big time now. You're in the show. Dick trying to act tough. I was all giddy. He was all giddy
Uh.
before he started the show. Now he
Let's
wants
get
to
the
act tough,
shit
bro.
over with. Nah, bro.
Stop. Get out of here. What
Nah,
up, chat?
no,
How you guys
nah,
doing?
What's up, guys?
What's up, Angel?
What up?
How are you? You should have kept the lights off, though. You look mysterious as fuck. Huh?
Little gothic angel.
Yeah.
See, dog. People agree with me on the chat, dog. About
What?
they fucked over both of us this weekend.
I don't know, man. Listen, it's
I'm
Hamilton,
telling
bro.
you, fool, I'm
Hamilton could have
telling
made it.
you, dog.
Hamilton could have done one stop, though. I don't know if he could have kept the pace, but he could have done one stop for sure.
Thanks, Eddie.
I don't know.
What happened to the Goldilocks, Angel?
I shaved already.
Yeah.
I have MEPS on Friday, so I had to shave and
It'll be
look
clean?
normal. Yeah,
Is it a clean cut?
yeah. I have to look. That's why I had to shave and everything. So I have to look, like this.
No.
Amazing.
Huh?
Amazing.
Oh, stunning, gorgeous. Look
Yeah.
at this
Oh, flawless.
with my Esco eyes. See?
Yo, let's get this fucking show started.
All right.
Yo, what up? And welcome to another episode of Straight from the Stands, an unapologetic, unofficial LA Galaxy podcast, hosted by 4 my supporters who bring you their thoughts and views on everything related to LA Galaxy, straight from the stands. I am your co-host Smarts, alongside the always angry Angel, his counterpart Level-Headed George, and the man with the facts.
Because I had him mute. Let's try this one more time, boys, because,
Wow.
Hey, you good?
Listen. You know what I
Such
did?
a good ass
Hey,
intro.
the audio
No,
looks
no.
terrible, huh?
You know what I did? I let Brian get everything out the way. Now we can start the show.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Good evening. How you guys doing? Special guest in the house. We got motherfucking Brian. He's gonna call you obscenities and yell at you for not paying attention. How you doing today?
That is accurate. I'm doing
No.
great.
Fuck,
Uh,
Brian.
Angel.
Fuck Bryant.
Jesus.
What's up?
Listen, dog.
He
I'm
spells
starting
it wrong too. If y'all notice, it's with a Y, not with an I.
Yeah. And you
Uh,
forgot the Enya on top of the Nika.
I'll let all of that slide.
Alright.
Wait, offline. Angel, I'm starting
up?
to believe that you were actually lying to us and you didn't really have Goldilocks hair.
Oh no. I had to take off my hair. I had to go shave. I had to full buzz and then bald. And same thing with my beard. I had to take it all off.
Yeah.
I have that thing on Friday, like I told you guys. So, yeah, they look frown upon looking like one of the Backstreet Boys. So, I gotta look like Captain America, not like fucking the Backstreet Boys. So I can't look like Nick Carter. I gotta look like Captain America.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So that's why it's gone. I don't have the pelitos anymore or any of my whiskers.
Never mind. I was gonna go somewhere else, but I don't want to do it. George, how you doing,
Don't
papi?
set him up.
I heard you on some liquid diet.
Yeah, dog. I'm pissing through my ass every 25, 30 minutes. That shit's disgusting. I thought I was dying because my second juice was like a beet juice and it was all red. I don't know if it was a fur juice. Then I peed that shit. It was all listen. This shit's it's not for me. I know how people want to be healthy and shit, but it's working. I'm peeing like every 10 to 15 minutes.
Hey, we still don't have audio?
That's what I'm asking right now. We should have audio. I've seen audio work.
Oh,
so
okay.
We should have audio. Masa,
What up? What it
up,
do,
daddy?
baby?
How you feeling?
I feel great. Yeah, I feel great, dog. F1 was good to me this weekend.
F1 was really good. Listen, I know we started late, so we couldn't have our F1 chat prior to the show, but sheesh, that was a race. That was a race. We finally saw Mercedes take an L, which I didn't think I was gonna see. It was a good race. That shit dope.
And I got to hang out with Angel this weekend too. So there's that.
Wait, and that was a plus.
Yeah. I put that full up on game on how I scout players.
Oh yeah, that shit was dope. Yeah, we hung out at his house for like 3 hours, 4 hours.
Yeah, probably. Just watching some soccer shit.
Yeah, we ate some carnita asada.
Accurate.
Shout out Masa. He got me some Argentine as fuck shit. Oof, man. And then we were watching Copa Libertadores shit for a while, and then we
Mhm.
started watching like youngsters fuck shit up. We're talking about 16, 17-year-olds, the future of European players because it was all Europe. Oh no, they had a few South Americans too, huh?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's literally what we did for 3 hours. We watched Copa 90, and then literally we just got our players for like 2 hours.
And then we got sad because we realized that our players in our academy would never be.
Oh, it's crazy. You know what?
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
we
It's
had that
crazy.
conversation. Like, Masa was like, "What the fuck do they feed these kids in South America and in Europe?" Because talking about fucking 15, 16-year-olds. Some of them like little fucking tanks already. Like, you know, they look like grown-ass men. We're talking about 16, 17. And the way that they play, it's fucking crazy. I mean, fuck, man. It makes me sad. Like, but no way in hell that we're going to have a good academy in the next 30 years, guaranteed. After watching all that shit.
You're down on the academy like that. And we have to have that conversation. We've been talking about having that conversation for a long time. We haven't had that conversation.
Like 2-3 year show.
Yeah, it's been a while. So we
well,
have
to
have a conversation.
But you know what it is? It's American soccer, period. American soccer is not going to be shit for like the next 100 years, probably, because we got to find out what they're feeding these kids out in, you know, Europe and in South America, because fuck.
So it comes down to nutrition, is what you're saying.
Yeah, like, I don't know what the hell they give these. Like, I don't know. Mas and I were trying to figure, like, how these fucking kids look like little tanks. It's crazy. And on top of they're like fucking 6 feet, 5'8", 5'9", 5'10", 5'11", 5'12", 5'13", 5'14", 5'15".
Like, they're your height.
Know? Yeah,
right?
well, yeah, it's like me, but that's the thing. You know, back then they didn't have the way you can scout me the way they do now. But it's crazy, man. Masa, you should put everybody up on game if they want to watch it. What's that called?
Dog. Chill. No.
No, fuck it.
Yeah.
No. Never mind. And you guys are fucked. I don't remember what it's called, so I can't hook you guys up.
And they don't, and it's crazy because they're like so young, right? And they don't got that legit ass mentality, dog. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Don't start.
It's crazy. I'm gonna start. It's a Galaxy podcast, dog. I wanted to tie it into the Galaxy, that's why I'm gonna tie it in.
All right, man.
Yeah,
listen.
I didn't want to say
pussies.
I didn't want to say anything. You motherfuckers over there jocking some other fucking league and shit, man. Let's talk fucking Galaxy, man. What's up?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm tying it in.
That is Galaxy. We're talking about how our academy is trash and it's not going to be good for like the next 30, 40 years.
Man,
don't trip, Brian. For the
Brian,
past,
you know shit about soccer. I don't even know why you're
here. For the past few weeks, I've been hearing Angel jock San Jose, like constantly. So I don't know. I'm with you. I'm with you, though. He's been jocking San Jose.
I can see that for sure.
I hear you. But listen, we do have you on the show, and we got you on the show because maybe a couple weeks ago, we were talking about the Galaxy, and you said, I don't know if you were kidding or not, but you said, let me come on the show so I can say some shit, right? And I was like, yo, dope. So we got you here for that today, but I also want to take a chance to kind of introduce you to everybody who doesn't know you, right? Us here, like Masa, Angel, and George, myself, we know you for over 10 years now at this point, something like that. So we know you personally. So when you say some of this crazy shit you say, that we understand who you are, right? But I don't think a lot of people know you to that point. So I kind of want to take a second to kind of talk about your story with Galaxy and ACB for a second. So when you joined, give me some stories about back in the days.
And make this shit quick though.
Shut the fuck up. You can talk all you want. You can talk all you want, Brian.
Some fucking nerve to tell anyone to make something quick. Hey, make this shit
make it quick. People, this is a Galaxy podcast, not an ACB podcast.
I guess I'll start with Galaxy, how I got into Galaxy and shit. I was in high school, and my brother was like a Galaxy. I don't want to talk too much about him because he does stupid ass shit. But yeah, he was like a 96 crew, like, some Rose Bowl dude. He was into Galaxy and shit. So it was always around me, and I didn't start really following it until like high school. And then my dad started getting free tickets from his job, and his job had like a suite that, for like a whole season and stuff like that. So we would get free tickets, started going to games. And I started getting into the supporter culture, but I wasn't really feeling like the other supporters group. So around 2007, when ACB started, and I hit them up, and they were trying to do something new. And at that time, they kept talking about doing like a barra style shit, stuff that I liked,
Yeah.
Because Galaxians were kind of doing it, but it was just different. Like, they were a little bit older.
Just say it. Do you hate Central Americans? Just say it.
I don't have to say it. People know now. Just
Right, one other smoke. Right, one other smoke.
I'm not one of those hating ass Mexicans, man. But
what the fuck?
But yeah, Mexicans be hating like that, man.
That's accurate. Well, listen, it goes both ways. But I don't want to get into that.
It really does. But let's not get into that stupid ass shit. But anyways, yeah. So I hooked up with them and I hit them up, and from there it just kept going. We just started doing our fucking thing. I got involved any way that I could, and I started drumming and stuff, and we started doing banners, and it just grew and grew and grew and grew.
Yeah, I remember meeting Punks Be Nasty with the fucking with the leather gloves and the mallets with the drums and the stands.
Yeah, I was a fucking rocker fool. Yeah,
yeah. I remember that. Like that's what I mentioned. And you know, it's like I tell you and I tell John a lot, right? Like you guys, whether you guys, I mean, now you're in leadership, but whether you're in leadership or not, like you guys are really faces of ACB, right? Just because you guys have been around for so long and really help shape the voice of what ACB is, especially in the stands. Like you guys are you know, faces of ACB, whether they know you personally or not. People don't understand. Like if they say Be Nasty, they say John. Like, you know, those are faces, right? Angel, I think, is in the same boat now. Like people recognize you guys because you guys do a lot for the group, right? It's interesting though. Like I remember you drumming, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there was an absence when you weren't available. Don't want to go into details of that, but there was an absence there.
No, don't get into details.
But you
I'll get deported.
Oh man, I just seen that Ice documentary on Netflix.
Oh man,
I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to
Yeah.
talk about the British right now. Just gonna heat it. Sorry, fuck. So you.
But what I will say is abolish ICE.
Yeah,
That's
fuck
it.
about. Yep, I fuck with that. But so you forcibly not around for a little bit, but then you come back and you become this like, you become the capo. Like you know, I think when it comes to capoing, it's you know you, John, and Glenn, right? Like those are the guys who automatic. You know, if they're in the capo stand like that, you know, the capos. How does that happen? Like you just like you're like nobody's stepping out. I'll do it because I think there might be some overlap between you and John not being there. So is that what happens, or
Nah, I just
kind of...
I just didn't like. Sometimes I just didn't like what the fuck I'm saying, you know. And I want people to get going or whatever. So and it's gonna be that's gonna step up. You guys ain't doing it right. This is the way we're gonna do it. So let's fucking do it. You know.
Hell yeah.
It's that simple.
Yeah. I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna hit you with a little sidebar here. I don't know if you're ready for this, but you've gotten complaints before about some of your mannerisms and some of your some of the words you like to encourage people to get up and get ready. Listen, I understand. Like for me, when you say shit like that, when you lose it, I understand what you're doing, right? Like you're getting hyped or whatever. But for everybody else who doesn't know you like that, like let the motherfuckers know. Like it's just you getting motherfuckers up.
The only way I can say is I don't give a fuck. This isn't like a family environment where we're in, you know? We're there to put in fucking work. That's what we do. And if you don't like that shit and you know, you have kids, I understand and shit, but maybe this shit ain't for you. And it's always been that way. You know what I mean? It's always gonna be that way.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Like, cause we have like adults and like, you know, teenagers now that were kids in that section, right?
It is crazy,
and it's never changed. It's never changed. Listen, we always say we welcome families, right? Like if you have your kids, you want to bring them into this environment, that's fine. But kind of like you got to be responsible to understand like what the environment you bring your kids into, right? Mm-hmm. Again, I bring it up because I think you know it deserves discussion. It's just don't take it personally. But this is the section, you know. This is what we're doing, right? Like this is kind of energy we're bringing.
And there's other groups that have like a family like environment. Where, you know, it doesn't have to be, you know, with us or whatever. And we all do the same thing, and it's all love and fucking V block, you know.
Yeah.
But when you're with ACB and you're in those two sections, like we do it a certain way, and we're not gonna change for a couple of people that are upset over what the fuck we're doing, you know, because we've never done it any way like any other way different, you know.
Yeah,
you know, what I mean?
You know, and I also encourage and Be Nice might hate me for this, but I encourage you to have a conversation with Ryan.
Oh yeah.
I think seeing him in the capo stand yelling on top of his lungs, shirt off, exposing his you know amazing body.
He just likes the attention.
Right?
My chesticles.
Hey, you got deformed nipples. Has anyone told you?
Shut
Yeah, right.
Wait, what? What? Cool. So yeah, man. Feel free to approach Brian and his deformed nipples and have a conversation with him. You know, have a conversation with him and get to know my guy, right? I think perception is one thing, and once you get to know him, you'll again, if you don't understand it from being in the section, which you probably should, have a conversation with Brian. Brian, you know, he's a straight up dude. You know, doesn't really bullshit too much. Straight up dudes, and that fucks with him a lot. So, if you ever have a problem with that, hit him up. Brian.
Yes.
What? How much are you missing not being in the stance right now? I mean, you know,
I'm one of those because I know y'all have like families and stuff, and y'all have kids and y'all have lives. It's not like there's nothing else that I fucking care about but this fucking team and this fucking group. probably more, you know. And this thing's like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know how to explain it, but I probably miss it than a lot of other people because I have no fucking life. Like this is my life. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
but
listen,
it's pretty bad.
I was saying this in our chat the other day. Like this is the first time in over a decade that I haven't seen you guys almost on a week to week basis, right? Because even off season is not this long, right? Even off season is not this long. This is by far the first time in like a decade, over a decade, that I'm not fucking hanging out with you guys in person on a week to week basis, right? Like just going to games. So yeah, I fucking miss it. One last thing before we get into the Galaxy shit. You're in leadership this year.
Yeah.
Right.
Nice.
For one, like, yeah, man. Look, listen, I definitely, you're one of the people I voted for because I thought like we need a voice like yours inside leadership. It's been weird though, no? Like, because everything we talked about prior to everything on hell is kind of gone to shit. But
we're trying to transition into like having a lot of new faces into leadership, but with this whole COVID stuff, there's like no way to work, and I don't know. It's just been a little weird.
Yeah. Luckily, our terms are more than just one season, so we'll keep it around. It's just kind of weird that and it's not just you. We have a few faces that are new to leadership, and everything's been impacted by it. But again, thanks for fucking hopping on here. Let's talk about some LA fucking Galaxy.
Let's go.
We got rumors.
Hey, shout out Brian though. He's the reason I even joined ACB leadership. I had no interest in doing it until he kind of forced me to.
Punked you into it?
Yeah, he was gonna call ice on me. Like, all right, fuck, I have no option.
Can we stop? Can we stop? Can we stop with that?
There you go, dog. Have to make it about yourself, bro.
No, it is no. I for real though. We needed somebody like Angel. Like he's smart as fuck, and he's just as outspoken. And we always need somebody to go into battle with the FO, like somebody like Angel. You know what I mean? Like the best president that we've ever had. I'm sorry, Rudy, but it was fucking Karina.
Yeah,
she was such a badass woman, dude. Like she didn't take no shit, and she was always on her stuff, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, we need people, and I'm glad that Angel's there. Or yeah, like
Yeah, that's like you say. I get you too. All right, let's get into some Galaxy talk. We got some motherfucking rumors, guys. Let's start with Jordi, and I'm not even gonna pretend like I know how to say his
just try
some shit like that.
Yeah. My guy, right? This is the second time we've been linked to him. We linked to him in January, and now we come back with it. Although this time seems a little more plausible, just because
City got relegated.
Yep, Hull got relegated, and he's one of the players that doesn't want to go down and play in the third division. Thoughts on this guy? First of all, Masa, you kind of scoped these players out. Have you checked them out?
They're in the championship, right?
They were in the championship. They were in the championship. Yeah, I mean, he's captain of the team, but I mean, I don't think it's fair to judge one player off a bad team.
Yep.
Because I mean, a lot of people are like, oh damn, well they scored like 70 something goals on this team.
87.
So whatever. But it's a team effort, dog. Like you
That's
could be
a lot of goals, though, guy.
It's a team effort, though.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
it'd be like
if the team sucks, the team sucks.
Yeah.
It'd be like blaming Pavon for fucking Galaxy being whack as fuck.
Yeah, I guess the only difference there would be that he's a defender, right? That's
no, but I'm just saying, like, it'd be like that. Like, you can't blame that fool for the team being horrible or the coach being horrible, the whole organization being fucking horrible.
It's
Oh, in the chat they're saying that he has a clause in his contract that if team is to be relegated, then he can become a free agent.
No, yeah, I don't think that's confirmed.
Hull City's being a bitch about it. Basically, they don't want to let him go. They don't want to be in League One, and they're trying to hold on to as many players as they can that are championship level, supposedly, to try to get back into the championship.
Well, I guess that kind of speaks volumes for him from a certain perspective, right? Because if there's this team here, you just got relegated, and you're trying to hold on to this guy, that means he's worth something. He's probably not the reason why your team was shit. Otherwise, you'd be like, fuck it, fine, leave. We'll find somebody better.
Right? I don't know.
Or it could just mean that they just want their money back.
Yeah.
And they're also in League One now, right? So, like, recruiting is not as easy in League One.
That is true.
Right? So, it's about him, like, so I don't know him a lot. Like, Masa, can you kind of give us some like keynotes on what you think of him?
Kind of like a strong, I don't want to say like you could say like a typical Dutch defender, with the exception of Van Dijk. Like
Van Dijk, he don't.
No, chill, dog.
Vertonghen.
We get him. We get him.
Vermaelen.
Yeah, Vermaelen. Toby Alderweireld.
Trash,
he's not Dutch, but it's kind of like that type of defender. Like he's solid, not a lot of pace, but he's not slow either. He's just like I don't want to say average defender, but he feels like an average. He's like Mueller, dog. He does what he has to do, and there's nothing special about him.
See, but in a defender, I'll take that.
Would you?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
In a defender, I'll take that. When I don't have to, when I don't even recognize that you were there or not there, I'm okay with it. But I don't think that's what the Galaxy needs. I think the Galaxy needs a defender that you know is there. Well, we talked about it too.
I kind of want to get into that, right? You know, you guys mentioned he's captain for Hull.
Mm-hmm.
The Hull that got relegated, right? And we've been talking about a big voice in the back line. Does that have any impact on how the players perceive him? Because he just got relegated. So he comes in and does that play any perception among the squad?
Dog, Polenta wasn't playing for 6 months.
That's accurate.
Wouldn't it be like the same thing? Yeah, he got relegated. Polenta was on vacation for 6 months. He came in and he got a starting spot.
And Kencho was like Motherwell or some bush like that, right?
Yeah, and even better, if our defense feels that way, we'll let him come in, fight for a spot, and then kind of put him on their ass. I think that's what they need. We're in no position, especially the players, to judge anyone no matter where they're coming from.
Yeah. And then it's not like he played League One already. He's coming out of a year in the championship. I think the championship is very competitive, very difficult league to play in. So I don't know. I with the shit we got going on right now, and if we were to sign this player, I don't want to be the person but like negative about it, because a lot of people were negative about Ashley Cole. I'd rather hold my judgment, see him play first, and then if he shows out, he shows out. If they fuck up, well then
listen.
Why don't you just say Rudy next time?
Listen, I was a big down on Ashley Cole, right? So I didn't like him for many reasons. But like, let me flip the script though, right? Because I think when Shovik and even Siani came in, there was more high hopes than there was reservations, right? And like the chat is saying, you know, he kind of, MC Logan says he kind of reminds me of Shovik, and I don't think that's true.
That's not, hell no.
Listen,
players. Shovik was forced to play in that center back role. He by nature, and you see this now, right? He's playing.
Hold on. But I think you're missing the point. They're not really necessarily talking about like the player himself. They're talking about like the level of player that he is, right? That's a player that on the books it seems like he should be a decent player for us, right? Because I think we all thought that from both Siani and Shovik from book.
I don't know, Siani was.
But that shit's a lie though, because let's go back to bringing Juninho over here, dog. Who was Juninho? Who was he? You know, if he adapts to the team, then he adapts to the team. If he doesn't, he's not gonna adapt to the team.
Yeah. You think it's a good time to be taking that kind of gamble right now with the way that the team is, though?
I mean, we don't have a choice.
Yeah, we have no options, bro.
Yeah, what else can we do?
Well, listen,
Alan Franco is not coming. Alan Franco is not coming. Independiente do not want to sell.
Nope.
They just turned down the fucking offer from Russia.
Yeah, I saw
for way more money than we did, and they were like, "Nope, this fool is not leaving." Right. And this fool obviously.
You guys wouldn't be down for them to throw a lot of money to like a really established player, another center back that's like really good.
But then that's just what we've been doing this whole time, and I think we've been on the boat of trying to get away from that.
Well, see, let me say something. I said this on Twitter this week, right? Because I seen a post. I think it was Charlie Alvarado who put the post about wanting to see Galaxy take action, right? And I think by that he meant like announce signings, moving for the players. But here's my take on this. Like, I think since 2016. I think that's 2016 where we brought in everybody to kind of win that year. Since then, we've been on this vicious fucking cycle of signing whoever is top available, without really going into like that scouting and that research to find like what holes they fill or what role are they playing in the squad. Right? It's just kind of like, he's a top guy available at this position in our market space. Let's bring him in. Right? So I don't know if I want to just bring. Like
that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, if it were up to me, I just flash the fucking money. Like, get somebody that's really fucking good or that's gonna do well. You know, I don't
But
want
like,
to
but
take
like,
any.
but
Yeah.
People,
identify
what's
'em.
splashing the money to you though? How do we even know we have that money to spend? And you're gonna tell me that right now? Look, and I was talking to this. I was talking about this with Masa right after watching what we were watching over the weekend and watching these camp players. So we saw the highlight video of Pavon when they were announcing where he was rumored to go to, and all it takes is a cam player or another wing player to really make a difference. We can make shift, and people, and listen, I'm all for saying we need to bring defenders, absolutely, in the goalkeeper, hands down. But there's certain games, and actually the reality, the majority of the teams in the MLS don't have like an amazing back line. They probably have the same type of issues that we deal with. So if we get lucky and it just so happens that Steris and Depoy and people, or just someone has a decent run of forms, and we can get somebody in the attack to come in and score fucking 3 goals, 4 goals, and we figure something out, even in the short term, that's fine. It's an 18 game, what's what 18 games that they're gonna play. So to me, at least right now, in what's 18 games that we're talking about here, because it's 6 first and then the rest are going to be played after, it doesn't make sense to splash the money right now on center back.
You said it yourself, right? You're like defenses win championships and stuff like that, right?
Right, but then we have to talk about how serious are we taking this tournament though.
And they have money. They have money from fucking Qatar. So I would look for a good defender with that TAM fucking money, you know, and start from the back and work up, because we have midfielders. We don't. Fucking forward.
This tournament just proved that we don't really have an attacking.
I'm okay with.
Are you kidding? We don't have a winger. We don't have that. We don't have a cam player. We don't have that. We don't have creativity.
We have Pavon and we have like the central midfielders. We probably don't have a right winger. We have Wild. I'm good with fucking Wild being on there. That fool that fool looks like good as fuck to me.
Again, but so I think we went off a little bit, but let's bring it back, right? So back to this point. Masa or anybody else can answer this. What holes does Jordy fill? Right, like what is it in the back line that he fills for us that at one capacity or another, Steres, Dupuy, or people could do? Like, what is it about Jordy? Because I think that's what I'm sorry. I think that's what we need answered for in order for us to make sense, right? And it's not just because he's available. So
I'm gonna take a gamble, and I'm gonna assume just because he could be a leader in the back. I can't say I've watched enough Hull City to say that he is a leader in the back. But if he's the captain of his team, I think that he could possibly try to be a leader in the back, because that's obviously something that we're missing. Mm-hmm. So it could be that. Other than that, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to be as good as what we have already. If he's going to be better, I can't really say that he will. But, I mean, if we need someone in the back to kind of hold that shit down, bro, take leadership in the back. So who knows? I mean, the experience is there.
Listen, and I think us answering that is a little wild because, again, we watch YouTube videos and read tweets about him, right? But I'm hoping that our RFO and whoever those scouting managers are kind of answering those questions for the team, right? Because, again, this cycle of just buying the next best available is kind of...
See, but I don't even think that's the case with this, because it's not the first time we're linked to him. So, obviously, this is someone of interest. So, if we do sign this player, I don't think it's a rush signing.
I hope not, yeah. Listen,
because we've never been linked. I mean, we've been linked to him before. If we had never heard of this fool, and then this fool, they're just gonna bring him in just like that. And yeah, maybe it's a rush signing, But this fool's been linked with us before last season started, or I forgot when it was. Probably like a year ago.
In the winter, yeah.
It was January. Yeah, January.
Yeah, so it's something that obviously they've been keeping an eye on. So.
It's interesting. Like, listen, I think I have to do my own due diligence and kind of look him up more because I don't know his style. So it's hard for me to ask those questions. But again, man, before I want them to sign, I kind of want them to pay attention to what we need and not just have more bodies that are maybe individually talented but can't work in cohesive with the team.
At this point, I'm telling you, I'd take my chances with the Cam over CB. I really think that if we were to sign a creative midfielder in the midfielder who will take more chances going forward and losing the ball further up the pitch than where we tend to lose it, like right in the fucking middle where we're so vulnerable to counterattacks, I think we won't be as vulnerable defensively, and it'll give us time to track back. But since we lose the ball at the CDM position, dog, the last line of defense is the defense. And that shit's always going to fall apart. As opposed to a Cam, if a Cam knows how to hold up the ball and plays a fucking through ball going forward, and we lose the ball in the attacking area, then we'll have two lines of defense, which is the CDMs and the defenders. So
That's
I think
also assuming that we have someone to connect him to the ball. If Jonah goes out, we don't have that anymore. If regardless of what it is, there's no one linking up that defense to that center attack.
I don't know if I agree with that though, because we're talking about two CDMs linking up to one cam.
But
right?
listen, but we haven't seen that though.
Okay.
We haven't seen, even when
right, because we don't have a cam, we don't have someone to demand the fucking ball.
Even when Pavon was playing at cam, position,
hold
on, out of position, right?
Dog, how many times have I said this though? I don't want to argue about this shit, but Pavon can't play centrally.
No. Okay. Listen. But that's not what I was getting to.
Alvarez, dog.
But that's not what I was getting to.
Better
that's not what I was getting to. What I was saying is that Pavon out of position, Pavon and cam, right? The players in the midfield still couldn't get him the ball. Right, I wasn't saying about his ability to play that position or not. I'm saying the midfield had problems getting him the ball, right? And that's a talented player that should be looking at. Point is, listen, and I think you're right. I think you're right. Let's get a cam, but let's not get a cam for this season, right? Let's get a cam that's gonna be another piece to building a squad in the next year or so. Because the thing is, like, I don't want to.
See, but then that's the same thing that I was addressing about signing DeWitt, right? Because Brian is saying, hey, we need to go and splash the cash on somebody. I'm saying it doesn't make sense to me to splash the cash on someone on this 18 game tournament that we don't even know if it's gonna be played out yet. Listen, we have nothing to lose right now with signing this guy. Honestly, we don't. We're already fucking trash as it is.
No, we do have it because next year we're gonna be having the same conversation about our squad being unbalanced and not having a good squad. Like we need to
right, but we're also hoping that we're getting rid of players that shouldn't be here next year.
All our signings, and I agree. I think there needs to be we've been talking about a mass exodus.
Right, so you get, and that's what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense. It makes sense.
I don't think anybody's arguing next year. I don't think anybody's arguing with you.
Well,
I don't think anybody's arguing with you.
I'm addressing to what Brian was saying about splashing the cash for this right now, right on a center back.
You hear that?
But listen,
all right, but if you want to do well next fucking season, why the fuck wouldn't you start right now?
Yes,
so by the time next season,
every single transfer window has to be moves in order to strengthen the squad.
Because then our excuse is going to be when that season starts. Oh, well, this guy's new. He got to get his feet under. We're going to give him a month. We're going to give him 2 months.
But if we don't have the money to splash, on all these players, what makes more sense right now? What do we need? We can make shift with the current defenders that we have, right? But we can make shift with the guys that we have right now, center back.
In defense?
Yeah, and when across the line, we can make shift. It's not good.
No way. There's no way.
There's no way. I've been on here saying this shit's trash. But I'm with Masa right now. We need, if there's one thing that watching all these shits and everything that we've done the last few days, at least Masa and I have done, is we need a cam. That's going to make a huge fucking difference on the way that we play as a collective, the way that Pavon's going to play, the way that Chicharo's going to play, the way that whoever behind him, it's going to make a big, people, you know what? Fuck it, I'm going to say shit over and over again. People don't believe me, go look at what Sebastian Blanco's doing by himself with fucking Portland.
Oh, Portland too.
But then we have to play the scoring game. We have to score more because we know we're going to get scored on.
Well, isn't that the point of hiring Chicharito? Isn't he the fucking goal scorer that everybody wanted? We need to serve him up balls.
We need a defense.
Listen, I think arguments can be made for both halves, right? Like go after defense or go after attacking. Like arguments, both very valid, can be made for each side.
Yeah, bottom line, we just need fucking players.
But not players, not Band-Aid or stopgap players. Like we need these players that are going to be fundamental parts for the squad that we build up for 3, 4, 5 years. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then that way, I mean, listen, when we had transitions in our championship years, we lost players, but we plugged new players in, right? But we had a base that made it easy for the players to plug in. We've been in fucking a cycle of just nobody really fitting in anywhere and just bringing new players, starting players out. Like we need a base, right? So again, whether it's in the defensive end or it's in the attacking end, we just need players that are gonna be long-term players every single fucking transfer window. Like not fuck these Band-Aid players, not because again, all the Band-Aid players last year, where are they today? Right? Polenta, Fabio, like all these Band-Aid players, where are they today? They're not here.
They fucking signed them, bro.
Wait, again,
a better team with them.
Again, but there were loans. There were loans from to like a stopgap, right? We need permanent deals that are 3-4 years. They're looking for 3-4 years down the road. All right, let's move on players. Somebody who's been getting a lot of hate, deservedly so or not. That's not. I'm not gonna say either way. But GBS is getting I guess touted by Ecuador to be their general manager. So one, what do you think of this? And two, in for this, out for this? What
I'm
are you guys
gonna
thinking?
repeat what I said in our chat earlier. If we lose GBS to Ecuador right now, it's a fat L.
I agree.
Also,
Super fat L. Because if you're gonna let man walk right now, you should have just fired him after MLS Cup, signed a new manager. Would I have a new manager
MLS
by
is back.
now?
I mean, MLS is back.
Yeah, that when that shit was back after that tournament was over, you should have fired him. You should have looked for someone else, and you should have seen in what direction you were going. Right now, you're gonna let GBS work for another 2 weeks. We have 12 days to the fucking first game against Lavaz, and you're gonna let man walk with 10 days to go.
We have
Doesn't make
fucking
sense to me.
have
I agree.
Fat
Kinnear
L.
I agree
as
with Masa
fucking
when it
interim
comes to that.
coach.
This whole time we've been complaining about let this man get his roster, let this man get his
Yeah.
roster, and then once the moves are going to start, we're going to let him go or he's going to leave because we didn't get him the roster that he wanted, and then we're going to get a new coach in, and then that process is going to be the same thing. Well, this man doesn't have the team that he wants, so now we're going to have to wait another 2. We're going to be a mediocre team. We've been a mediocre team for how many years already? So we're just going to continue that process by adding more coaches in? No.
yeah.
Fat L.
Angel, what's your thoughts on GBS to Ecuador? How possible you think it is? What you think of the move if it happens?
You know what? I don't think it's possible. You know what? And if it is possible at this point, it's not because Galaxy are trying to get rid of him. It's maybe because, and I think Masa addressed this last pod that, I don't know what happened to that pod, but I think Masa addressed that, hey, maybe it's the Galaxy can't do what GBS wants, right? And maybe he's just like, all right, fuck it. And if I can't get the players that I want, if you guys are trying to shove Chicharito down my throat, then why be here? Let me go somewhere else, somewhere where they're gonna let me play the way I want to play, right? The moves I want to make. I'm with George. I'm with Masa. I'm gonna say this shit, and if you get offended, this hits you. Like, and I'm saying you would mean whoever. A lot of y'all that have been saying, "Oh, get GBS out of here," are the same people that were writing Ethan Subak's dick for the longest. That were writing David Bingham's dick for the longest. Daniel Sterre's dick for the longest. All these whack ass players for the longest. And you guys are trying to blame GBS for this shit. Look, of course he has his faults. There's certain things, of course, him not making substitutions, but even that we can talk about. Well, if you're losing a game, who do you really have off the bench to be a game changer, right? That's different. I mean, yeah, you can have fucking 10 defenders on the bench, but that makes sense to have defenders if you're winning a game or if you're in a close game 0-0 and trying to hold off on the fucking point, not fucking win. Everyone's like, oh well, you should have thrown in Zubak and said, well, look at what the fuck Zubak did, garbage, right? Again, we're gonna keep saying this shit over and over and over. Last year, GBS was able, and GBS and DTK together in 1 year were able to pull some shit together, band-aids, where we were still able to manage to get into playoffs. We won one playoff game. Look, we're the Galaxy. We should not be happy about winning one playoff game, right? We should be going for it all. But based on what the fucking 5 years were before that, or 4 years were before that, that's a step in the right direction. And we lost in an away game at LAFC that was basically a fucking shootout, right? We could have scored more goals. We actually had a goal called off, if I recall clearly, the slot that I think I made, and they called it off. And it was a good goal. So a lot of shit could have happened in that game. Crapshoot. Straight up, that was a crapshoot. Like, it could have gone either way. Plus the rivalry game, all that shit. That's what he did in 1 year with Band-Aid to try and help Zlatan win. Right? Because let's be honest here. That's what the motive was there.
Yep.
If you guys are going to tell me that that's not a fucking positive, then what the fuck else is? Getting in the wooden spoon again? Is that what you guys want? Like, do you guys not realize the fact that after being shit for so long, we had a positive? Now you're trying to get rid of this guy who hasn't even had an actual full year with DTK? We don't know. Maybe last year they were already eyeing players for this year. Look, there's a conversation about Alan Franco. Alan Franco's legit. Why do you think the players don't want to go? Don't want to let him go. We're talking about those type of caliber players. Everyone's fucking writing Pavon. Pavon would not be here if it wasn't for GBS.
Accurate.
All right.
Accurate.
So all this shit about, oh no, they sent him to Ecuador. Listen, y'all the same type of fucking Galaxy fans that are fucking, we're choking on Big Diggum for the longest. All that shit. You guys are fucking trash.
All right. Listen.
So that's where I'm at with it. And I am fucking pissed because I saw that shit. Like, oh, send him.
Striker and Logan Jones are both inclining that Kinnear over GBS.
Kinnear doesn't even have a. You know what?
Anybody want to take that? Anybody want to take that?
And here's some inside information. Here's some inside information for you guys. Dominic Kinnear right now is there doing nothing.
No, chill. Dominic Kinnear's job is to translate.
Okay, well there you go. He's a translator.
Honestly.
But when it comes to whatever they do in the back line, whatever they do in the offense, all the game shit, it's GBS and his team. Dominic Kinnear is not going to get shit. Guaranteed.
Listen, he was interim head coach for a while, right?
Yeah.
He was interim for us. He didn't do much. And again, I'm not gonna put it all on him because that's the year that.
But he also picked up a team that didn't want to play for their coach. So they got their coach fired. He picked up a team that said, "Okay, finally we'll play," and it still wasn't even that great.
Yeah, I agree. I think Kinnear is the assistant coach because he fell off, right? I think he had like a few really bad seasons before he became assistant head coach of Siggy. So Kinnear is not an option, not a realistic option for me. Especially, listen, Kinnear feels like a backwards move, and I don't know why.
Does, man. The last time Dominic Kinnear had a really good team was when he lost to us in the MLS Cup.
Yep.
Right? Twice, back to back. And since then, he's been irrelevant because he's still part of that old Bruce Arena era, old, rest in peace, Shiggy Smith era. Like he's that era, and we're beyond that. Shiggy Smith proved that he couldn't adapt to the current, and Bruce Arena can't do it now in New England. Sure, his team is playing better, but they're not going to win shit anytime soon. So, listen, that's that.
I wouldn't like Kinnear if it's. So my take is I would like to see GBS just because for whatever reason I feel like GBS could take a 3-year plan and actually have it work, whereas anybody else we bring in right now would be another Band-Aid, assigning. So I kind of don't want to see that. I kind of want to see what GBS can do with a full season and some of his players. So I do want to see that. Maybe I'm naive, but I do want to see it. So this would suck for me.
You know what? Hold on. Let me have one thing because Striker here in the chat said, "Watch Kinnear get picked up and win." Fine. You know what? What's his face is doing it over in Columbus. But let's be honest here. Being the coach for the Galaxy comes with something different than this one team. I'm not. Whatever. Fuck it. You know what? Yeah. Dominic Kinnear and fucking
crazy. Shit. You want to take a timeout? You want to catch your breath, bro? You want to relax? I thought
I was frustrated. I'm over here frustrated because I'm hungry. This motherfucker.
Damn, I need to take a fucking drink. Hold up.
So, with all that being said, we still have the Boca Juniors rumors, but they don't seem like they're getting traction. So I kind of didn't want to talk about them again. They seem out there.
Well, not the other one, the Cam. That one's still up and running. Just that fool got COVID. That might put a halt on it. But right. That might be a possibility.
Bring them and put them with the G2 players. They all got that shit too.
You could do that. Atlanta did that shit, bro. They bought a Paraguayan striker from Olympia, top notch, young ass fool. They signed them to Atlanta too, and then they loaned them up to Atlanta.
She got COVID too, or
no?
I'm just saying.
With that being said, we got the schedule for the next 6 games. So as it stands, we're gonna be playing 18-game season, and they're doing phases, I guess, because they announced the first 6 games, right? The first 6 games goes as follows: August 22nd, away to Levas. August 26th at home to Seattle. August 29th at home to Quakes. September 2nd away to Portland. September 6th at home to Levas, and September 13th away to Quakes. All these games is Quakes and Levas twice each, right? Sprinkle Portland and Seattle in between there. These are rivalry games, right? But besides that, let's and we have a whole conversation about that. But let's put that aside for a second. How big are these next 6 games for the LA Galaxy? For the season, for who they are, for the staff, for the roster, for everything. How big are these next 6 games?
I think these next games are going to dictate how we take on the rest of the season. Personally, I don't think we get a W in any of these 6 games. I don't want to get into that, but I think it's just then we're going to do the rebuilding phase. The rebuilding meaning GBS is going to find his players. I see a schedule and I don't see anything good coming from it. Do I think our players can match up with these teams? No, I personally don't. Yeah.
Ryan, what you got to say, man?
We're going into this shit with the same fucking team, so I'm not expecting much. So the same thing as George. It's like it's gonna be fucking L's and nothing else.
Are we though?
Expecting much?
I mean, like, I'm not saying I'm expecting much, but Jonathan Dos Santos.
And that's everyone's gonna put it on his back, and he shouldn't.
Right. No, but fuck that. If you want to be the captain of LA Galaxy, if you want to keep this whole, oh, I want to retire here. Oh, I'm the captain. Well, then, are you gonna show that you're gonna be the fucking captain?
See, and that's the problem when I see that with this fucking team right now is that there's nobody on this fucking team aside probably from him that there's no fucking winners. There's nobody on the team that has like that hunger or that desire to fucking win aside from him and young ass fucking what's his name Araujo and like those type of players, but nobody fucking else, man. We've seen teams in the fucking past, our teams, and I'm not gonna dwell on the fucking past, but these fools wanted to win, dude. They have this fucking work ethic where they would do anything for each other to fucking win. And nobody on this fucking sorry ass fucking team has that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why I'm not expecting anything going into this.
Masa, what you gotta say?
Never mind. Apparently, Jonah deleted the post where he said he wanted to retire here. So there you go.
There it is. There's your captain. There's your Captain General guy that everyone goes for.
Yeah, Captain General. Fucking. There's only one general, El General Penedo.
I don't know. It's a couple rivalry games, dog. So you never know. Throw what you know out the window. That's what I'm saying. And against Portland, I think we did okay. And the MLS back tournament, they're in the final. I was talking about this shit with Angel on Sunday. So points are there to get them. I think the boys can get some points. Do I think they're gonna get maximum points? Fuck no.
Where do you see us getting a point, like ties or anything in the schedule?
Levas?
Hold on. Before we go into, because I want to touch kind of like one by one real quick. So before we go into like where we get points, like just kind of general sense of what how big these games are for the guys.
Let's just go back to first game against Portland in tournament, dog.
Hold on, Rudy. Just say general. Like you want general overview? Just really quick before we dive into.
What I want is to have the dialogue on how big these games are, like as a whole. Like, these 6 games, like how much of an impact is it? Like, what if we go like 0-6 and we take 6 L's? Like, what does that mean for the Galaxy? Like, where
at that point it wouldn't be 6 L's. It'd be 6, 7.
No. I'm talking about these 6 games. Just these 6 games. Like, let's take it as phase one as it is. These 6 games, we take 6 L's. What does that mean for the Galaxy? Right, and I'm not saying that
6 L's though.
No, neither do I. But that's the kind of conversation I want to have. I want to get a conversation about like how much weight do these 6 games carry, right? Like does 6 L's mean like everybody's gone? Fuck everybody, everybody's fired, right? Like Galaxy collapse.
Yeah,
like,
well, if that's the case, yeah. Listen,
like,
and at that point, there's an as much as I'm on GPS's side here, if you take 6 straight L's against all those teams. There's no saving you. You could be fucking Pep Guardiola and there's no fucking saving you. At least I think, right? I mean, from a general sense, without diving to each specific game, if you take 6 L's in a row in this tournament, which I know we cannot talk about, hey, it's very likely, you're gone. I think you're gone. And with that being said, obviously some players are still on contract, but I guarantee if that happens, the majority of this, at least a good core of this players are going to be gone next season.
Brian, what do you think? Like, does the performance of the MLS back cup or tournament, being how bad they were, and I'm sure they felt the backlash of just the fans kind of reacting to how bad they were. Does that have any effect on them, or do you think that changes their mentality on like, hey, we got to push harder, or is it just another game for them?
You asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking you.
It doesn't look like it, man. It doesn't look like they give a fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not seeing anybody fucking step up, or nobody's like, I didn't see anybody address the fans. Did you see a player address the fans?
No, not
we have
directly.
To do better.
Yeah.
I really don't think anybody gives a fuck on this team.
Yeah, we got some soft ass motherfuckers on the team.
We got people saying trust the process.
Hey, listen.
And then turning off the comments.
Yeah.
I would too, though. I would too. Fuck y'all. Fuck every single one of y'all. Turn off the comments.
Yeah, now we'll respond to every single one of them. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Yeah, you're soft when you do that shit. Look at you.
No, you're not soft.
You do the same thing. Yeah, you're soft.
No, you're not.
You can't take it. Yeah.
What you mean take it? Take it from who?
I'm not talking about.
No. As a professional player, take it from who?
Huh?
As a professional player, take it from who?
Well, when he took it from another professional player, he still couldn't take it.
No. Listen, okay. That's our opinion, right? That's and that's based on what we see. But come on, calling him soft because he turned off comments, you aggro.
That's not why I'm calling him soft though.
I'm calling him soft
because he's actually soft.
There's arguments to that. There's argument to that. So nobody here. So here, I'll say my piece, right? I think there's no way that they are as bad as what they showed in the MLS back tournament, right? Again, this is me, the more optimistic of the group. So I don't believe that they're as bad as what we saw. I still believe they're shit. I just don't think they're as bad. I do, however, want to see a reaction based on how fucked up they're.
There's a problem with that though. Half of these motherfuckers don't want to play, though.
That's the thing. Yeah, they don't.
And that's true.
Well, let's talk about
that. They're capable of fucking playing, but it seems like they just don't want to. Like they're just there to fucking write it out. Like I'm on the fucking Galaxy. Like, hey.
Again, right?
Well, are you saying they don't want to play because of COVID, or you want to play because they just don't really have the drive?
They have an excuse right now as to why they should. Yeah, that's what I think.
Okay.
All right, let's get.
I mean, because that's the case. That's absolutely facts. And regardless of what the reason is, this is directly from someone in the locker room. Half of the team doesn't want to play this tournament. Half of them do, but I guess maybe that's also where you see some of that disconnect in the field, where some of them are trying and then the rest aren't. Yeah. So you can't win if not everyone's on the same page. Yeah. Not if everyone's giving 100%. Like I'd give 110% for George on the field, for Massa, for even sorry ass Brian, for Rudy. And that's us. Like us, because we want to play together. We actually want to win together. And these guys, if it's a known thing that half of the locker room, or I don't know if it's like half, right? But a portion of the locker room do not want to play in anything right now. Obviously, they don't have the option to opt out, so they're fucked. They have to play. What does that tell you?
Yeah. If you have that desire to fucking win, like you've seen other players, like let's say McGee, like that fool wants to, like it raises your level of fucking play. And even sorry ass fucking Felcher, like if he just had more fucking balls like to play, or fucking legit, dude, like that fool has fucking skill. Like if he really wanted to fucking win, man, like they would win for each other,
Hey, Angel, and just going back to what you're saying, like that was, and I'm not asking who, but that was told to you by somebody who's in
player. A current LA Galaxy player.
Okay, just so people don't think you're making up shit.
And I'm talking about Galaxy 2 player. I'm talking about one of the actual Galaxy players on the main squad.
Yeah, and I heard that you were sending your kid to fuck up his kid or some shit.
Yeah,
like
listen, it's still works. It's happening.
Is that true or?
No, actually, what's true is that
can't confirm it nor deny, though.
What I can confirm is that Eli's already better. So there you go. The future is bright here in LA. The future is bright.
He stayed quiet when he was in front of you, though, huh?
Nah, we chatted. All right, listen, I'll tell you guys all about it after. I don't want to throw him on the bus or anything like that.
So let's go game by game, right? LAFC, right off the bat, right after taking that ass whooping, the collapse in the second half of the G's. What are we thinking for this game? You think the boys react at all because it's LAFC?
I think because it is Levas, they will, because they want. I think they're probably gonna go in there like wanting revenge or something like this, I don't think they're gonna win, but they're gonna like play a little bit harder.
Well, listen, it will be Chicharito's first game against them, right? I mean, hoping everything's fine. He is, his fucked up calf is all fixed and shit. And then hopefully having Jonah back, right? They're having Jonah play this game as well.
See,
I think Jonah knows the fucking rivalry too.
Well, and that's what I'm gonna say. I think Jonah is the X factor to me in this game, which is why if we're gonna talk about games and as we go, I think it's fucked up to say that it all rides on him, but I think it rides on him from the captain perspective to put it on everyone. Hey, this is what's happened in the last few games. Like, fuck these fools. We hate these fools. And he's shown it every time he's played against LAFC that he's available. He fucking balls out. And, he fucking, I remember, was it at LAFC when we tied, if I recall clearly, he was talking about, I play with balls. No, it was at home. It was a home game. He's like, que se agarran los huevos or whatever during the fucking course of the game. I forgot who he did it to in the game. I think that's when you, Brian, when I hear. Oh, actually, that's when we're all banned. So that was the home game. I think it was. But point is, yeah, true. But point is, I think Jonah, at least one thing that he can give the team is that, like, hey, we have to fucking play better. We have to leave it on the field. We can't collapse the way that we did, after being down, after being tied to end up losing 6-2. That's I don't think that's gonna fly with Jonathan. And look, if he's our DP, and that's what I expect from my DPs, right? At least one of the three. I expect him. I know Pavon's gonna do what he can. That's without a doubt. Chicha, he's obviously relying on the rest of the team. So to me, the X factor is definitely gonna be Jonathan being in that center midfield role and
being more than
the
just
heart of the team.
More than just like his quality, right? More than just on the pitch stuff, like really kind of embracing that captain role and be like, get the fuck up, get the fuck up. And here's the kicker, right? I think this game right here kind of will determine a lot of what we see for the following 5 games, right? Because if these fools could go in there, fucking find their balls from wherever they've been hiding them, and muscle out a victory, even if it's like a 1-0, 2-1 victory, or even a draw. I think if they can figure out a result away, I think it could give them the jumpstart they need. You know what I mean? Like, because they need something to go right for them. I mean, listen, the Portland game, if Chicha makes a penalty, how does that game end? Right? Even the LAFC game, if we take advantages or don't fuck up in certain, like it's just been a lot of like bad luck caused by bad quality in the field. But does that change if they get a fucking lucky win? Or maybe a hard fought win, whatever it is, a result, a draw from the stank. Does that change the team? What do you guys think? Like, could that help them find some kind of boost?
No, well, we found a way to fuck it up. I mean, it is what it is.
Man, the juicing.
The players don't give a fuck. I mean, we're here to the players don't give a fuck. Then we're trying to find excuses. We're trying to find something for them to get them boosted up. And it's like, at some point, they have to start being accountable for what the fuck they put on.
Yeah, they have to find it within themselves and shit.
Again, listen. I'm just throwing that out there. Quick. I don't need results, but just win, lose, draw, versus level. What are you thinking?
Draw.
All
right, I'm gonna go with Dove because I got to do it. But it's interesting though. It's interesting. I really thought I was gonna hear L's all around.
No, I can't say L's anymore. I was right last time. That shit hurt me.
It's like it's a rivalry game, dog. Yeah. This shit goes out the window, bro. Anything can happen.
And that's what I say. Like, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't be surprised if we take a fat L, right? Or if we win. But I just think the fact that LAFC is clearly a better team, but we obviously have to give an extra to try and get a result from this game.
And they always show up for this fucking game too.
Right. Well, we do. We definitely do. Yeah, we definitely do. So just, and I'm not saying they play it safe, but I say being realistic, I'd say it's a draw and probably a high scoring draw too.
Yeah, I mean it's been like that almost every game, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, and their defense is trash too.
Yep.
So
yeah, their defense is trash.
Yep.
All right. So following that draw or victory, according to us, against the LAFC, we play Seattle Sounders on 26 at home. What do you guys think about this game?
I think we could get a dub.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think we get a dub.
Like Seattle didn't, again, right? And I know we focus more on our team because it's our team. But Seattle wasn't.
Seattle has. I saw their games. They have defensive issues right now too.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, like they weren't impressive.
Right?
Like,
no, they were not. Yeah, and I think Seattle's one of those teams that they need an actual season because they were like the old Galaxy, where hey, you get 6 games in, 7 games in of constant play, then they start picking it up. Because at first they usually I mean I think we can get a result out of that. If it's going to be a W, I don't know. I'm still not going to go with the dub, but they're very vulnerable at the back. They're very vulnerable. The thing is that they know how to play the counter-attack style very well, and they're pacey.
Like a turnaround.
So, so if we don't have our shit together, if we don't have that second line of defense and that first line of defense, ready and understand that that's their game style, that that's their gameplay, if they're not controlling the game, or even if they are controlling the game, but if let's say we attack, we lose the ball and then attack in half or some bullshit, if we're not prepared for their counterattack, we're going to get fucked.
From Rui Diaz and shit. That motherfucker. Damn.
Oh man, and the thing about it, like he's so smart. He'll run circles around both of the defenders.
You know, what I mean? And even just Morris is fast as fuck, and he serves.
But I think like Steres and people have an easier time with somebody who's like a freight train that's gonna run at you, right? Whereas Rui Diaz, that fool fucking or Blanco, like these fools just fucking, they just run circles over him, and that's where these fools have no idea what to do, right? Like they don't know where to put their feet at. So.
I think our defense is more stupider than
more stupider.
I got a stupider defense and a stupider podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be the battle of the stupidest.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, it's shit versus shit.
It's interesting. All right, so again, let's go real quick. George, Dove, or draw?
L.
Oh, Masa, what you got?
Dub.
Brian?
For Seattle,
Yeah, for Seattle.
I'm gonna say a draw.
Okay.
I'm gonna say a draw too.
So I'm gonna say a draw on this one too. I think we're gonna draw. Yeah. So draw. So we got a 1L. Georgia's the only one rocking the L on this one. No, Georgia's the only one predicting the L on this one. He's not rocking L. He never rocks
I'm
L's.
not rocking it.
He never rocks L's.
Nah, but I mean, he
Gulak
said
King.
it is the battle of the dumbest. So
Yeah.
which dumb defense is gonna fuck it up? Obviously not battle of the dumbest, but it's their defense is
Stupider.
Yeah, stupider. Yeah, which
More
one's stupider defense? Yeah, more stupider.
All right, and then we go to Angel's second favorite team, the Quakes.
Fucking A.
Let
we're
him
gonna take
answer
a
this first.
Fat ass L, dog.
Talk to me about this because I know you like this team a lot. So talk to me about this. What are you thinking, Angel?
It's gonna be a high scoring game for sure. It's gonna be like them old school clásicos where it'd be like fucking 3-3, 4-3, like some stupid shit because they have defensive issues too. It's like, you know what? I think that's the common theme right now across the board. All MLS teams are fucking conceding goals. I can't think of one team right now is like saying, hell yeah, this team's not fucking, like they'll have one good game where they'll only concede 1 or 2, but then they'll fucking lose 5 fucking goals.
Again,
Fucking Toros Nessa.
Yeah, exactly. So it's, you know, I'm gonna say L just because we can't seem to figure it out against San Jose. And on top of that, they're actually playing better now than they were before. And it's not like we can say, oh, well, we're gonna come and play like it's a rivalry game because we don't play San Jose like it's a rivalry game.
I wanted to ask that.
I'm gonna say, oh my bad. Go ahead.
No, actually, you had a thought. Go for it.
No, I was gonna say we're gonna take a L just because of how they're playing right now. So they're gonna go into that shit like puffy chested, like they're dope as fuck, you know?
Yeah.
They're probably gonna play a little bit better.
Well, so I want to get to that. I want to get to. I always feel like the Quakes come into these games, especially the last 3 years, maybe 3 years. The Quakes come into this game how we used to go into games, like, oh, we gotta fuck these fools up today, right? Where that's not been the case for us. We gotta take it. I mean, was it last year when we played LAFC the week after, and the boys were up for that?
No, both times we played at San Jose. We played one the week before, and then the other one the weekend after. So yeah, something about playing San Jose back to back with LAFC back to back. Fuck.
Is there any
fucking MLS?
Is there any chance the boys get up for this game?
No.
Because it's a rivalry.
No.
Because it's a big rivalry.
No.
No,
it's a rivalry to us, not to them.
Yeah.
And that's why we're gonna take this out, dog. Because not only do they play better, they show up to this game. We don't show up to this game, and we play like shit.
Jet's an insider. He's an insider. He's a fucking mole, dog. He's the one fucking everything up for us.
Bitch ass Bingham too.
Yeah, and Big M. Yeah, exactly. All these fucking San Jose fuckers, man. Fuck NorCal. Fuck NorCal.
All right, let's go with a quick let's go to quick prediction. Angel.
Badass L, dog.
Hey, look,
you know what?
You seem happy saying it, dog. You know
To who? To who?
San Jose.
San Jose.
Oh, yeah, we're
if there is a glimmer of hope or maybe just a spark, you know, any little thing, it's maybe GBS says, hey, fuck Almeida, fuck River, you know, and we're gonna do something like he's gonna get them up for it. But I doubt it. You know, that's a long shot.
Is that gonna be the first? No, that's not the first matchup, right?
No, they played each other last year, and Almeida fucked them both times.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, something about GBS against River, he can't figure it out, but. But listen, if maybe he gets a little, maybe that, right? Maybe like, hey, you know what? I can't beat any River person. Might as well be here, you know?
You know how fucked that is? That our coach has more rivalry with that coach, not because they're San Jose, but they just have like a previous rivalry that there's some fire there and not with our players.
Yeah,
that's some fucked up.
Yeah,
shit. That was really
so.
Fun.
Listen, but I'm telling you, maybe it's that. Like,
so
if you can
L.
have one over that. But yeah, fat as hell, dog. Fat as hell. And that's all the players.
Brian, what you got in this versus Quakes at home?
I know.
Fucking pussy's not even paying attention.
No,
why are you even bring him in?
Sorry.
He's a Snapchat over there.
Dog.
Who's gone wild was on my shit. Hold up. Yeah, it's gonna be an L.
It's gonna be an L. All right, for sure. No, thank you for all that. I appreciate that. Masa, what you got for me, baby? Versus San Jose at home. L as well.
L.
George, you going for a dub in this one, right? Another L. All right, listen, I agree with you guys though. I think unanimously, I think this is an L, which sucks. I hate to say it. But I think it's an L.
Fuck San Jose, dog. I miss Mike McGee. Every time we play San Jose, I just miss Mike McGee so much.
I don't miss anybody who's King, dog.
Fuck.
Kings send them all the time. But all right.
You know what? That's the only thing that we do need Robert King for. We need Robert King interim coaches just for San Jose games. That's it.
Just come in for
that.
All right. So following that, on September 2nd, we play the Portland Timbers away.
Dub.
Oh wait, you're calling it dub, right? Blanco's not
Yep.
gonna come in. Blanco's not gonna come in
Nah.
and kill us. All right, let's talk about this a little bit though. We matched up with them, right? I think everybody, with the exception of no, we haven't played. We played both LAFC and Portland, but we play them again. And I thought the game was weird because we should have had. I think we
Should have won that
could have got
game.
something from that, right?
Yeah.
Even though we didn't look all that great, but we should have got some of that. But they have their players who are factors, right? And kind of, took that dub away from us. So, does this change this game? Do you guys think we get that dub? I mean, I know Angel.
I think
and
it's
Masa, you gotta talk a
possible.
little bit. How so?
Just I think
capitalize.
the matchup is better for us. I don't know what it is about Portland, but it's always a close game. It could go either.
With the exception
or.
of the one game where they beat us 4-0, but
Yeah.
prior to that, it's we've actually, if I recall clearly, I think that's been the only team we've actually been able to beat somewhat of the better teams in the recent years.
Chris Pontius fucked them.
Yeah,
I think that one's a winnable game, especially we weren't playing that great in that tournament or that game when we lost. What was the score on that
2-1.
2-1.
And then Chicharito obviously missed the PK. He missed that sitter at the end of the game on top of the box. The one that hit his head. Yeah, I mean that one's a little bit by luck, but still, hit the crossbar. So, a few things could have been different in that game, and that's why I say the dub on that one. If there's a game that I think is winnable, it's that one.
Yeah, I think realistically that one's the most winnable one.
And also, I told my source already, hey, look, I already told you Blanco's, he's legit. I'm telling you what to do. At this point, if you don't figure it out, then I'm gonna make sure that you're not back next year.
That fool probably hates going to his kids' practice.
Yeah,
I'm like,
he does.
100%
he does.
back, dog.
His nanny's about to start showing up with the kid, though. I guarantee you, dog.
Probably.
All right, Brian, George, any thoughts on this game?
We get 2 L's, and that's how we get the dub.
No. All right, cool. So, Angel the dub, Master the dub. Brian, what you think?
I feel exactly what Angel was saying. We can win this. It could be a draw, but this is one that we can probably win.
So, dub?
Yeah.
And
this is the
George?
Galaxy. You're probably gonna take 6 straight L's, but if we're gonna go based on what we know and what's
And
possible,
George.
based on what we've seen,
You stick with the 2 L's, you go dub?
2 L's,
sir.
baby.
All right, cool.
That's the only way we could have dub. Back-to-back L's, dog.
And then we go back to LAFC at home. This change.
Wait, we're playing. We're playing them away first.
We're playing away first, then at home.
home.
Okay, I thought we were playing home first.
No, away first and then home. August 22nd
Okay.
away and September 6th at home. Did this change from the first game?
Yeah,
Yep.
we win the one at home.
Also, we win the one at home. Okay.
Yeah,
You feel we win the one at home. How
Yeah.
so?
I think so, too.
Just because we're home?
just because we're home.
Just because we already took a lot of L's.
We have enough to make 2 dubs?
Hey, you know what?
To make a dub, dog.
That's it. Fuck it. What George said. That's logical to me.
That's interesting. I think, man, the one thing I've been big on is saying that we haven't had consistency, right? Because even at the MLS's back tournament, the games were at fucking 9 p.m. on humid ass weather, and they were like pretty back to back. They were pretty close together. After the break, I don't think of consistency, but at this point, I think we'll have 5 games. It'll be our 5th game of this phase. I would like to see more consistency, and I think it really depends on what the results from prior games have been. Right, because if they manage to squeeze some points out of like the first 4 games coming into this game, we'll have to see the standings where they're at. If there's a shot to kind of to move up, or close up, catch up to these guys, because these guys are ahead of us now. But like, I think they're like 12 points, something like that. So they're like ahead of us by a lot because we suck. I think it's a big game for them. So same. I think the dove, but it really comes down to like what the rest of the games
It's
are
gonna
looking
come down
like.
to Javier Pastore. He's gonna score 3 goals, and then Pavon's gonna score 2, and we're gonna win 5-4.
5-4. All right. Cool. Dove, L's or draws. Masa, what do you think?
I'm gonna go draw.
Brian, what do you think?
I think it depends on the outcome of the other games, but I think they can pull out a win.
Let's go. George,
Draw.
draw an Angel.
Dub.
Let's go. And then we close out with
L. Fat ass L.
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 Big
L.
ass
We're gonna
L.
talk about
L.
a fat ass L.
Yeah, fat.
and then we close out with San Jose away on September 13th. Fucking assholes.
You know what? Actually, we get that W because it's a 13, but you know,
away,
yeah.
away. Listen, it's that's how we close the first phase against them. You know, we talked about them already. I don't think it makes a difference between home and away, especially without the fans. So let's just get right to it. Win, lose, or draw, Angel.
Well, are we playing at Avaya Stadium?
We're probably playing at Avaya Stadium.
Oh, then never mind. We're gonna get a dub.
We're winning at Avaya.
We had, I don't know what the fuck it is, but we've been able to beat or draw San Jose in their actual stadium as far back as I can recall. Right, and you know, I think as far back as trying to think, maybe like that's some days.
Their stadium is only a few years old.
No, but even before that, when we used to play them at Buckshot, like I still remember we would either beat them or tie them at Buckshot. We wouldn't lose to San Jose in their actual stadium. They can't beat us for some reason. Like they struggle for it.
They can only beat us.
They can only beat us at Stanford, at fucking Stanford, and at StubHub Center. Right. Dixie Hill Sport Park, but that's different. So you know what? Fuck that. We're gonna take that dub. We're gonna keep that shit going.
All right, Brian. Hopefully a shorter answer than that.
The spirit of Van Damme is gonna manifest into these motherfuckers, and they're gonna win.
Fuck, I wish.
They're gonna win like they're gonna win like 7-6 or something stupid.
Master, what you think?
I'm gonna stick to L, dog. I have no hope beating this team this year.
All right, and George.
Same.
L. All right, man. So the only reason.
Can I add one more thing though?
Yeah, go for
it. In my thoughts and what I've said, this is also. I'm hopeful that we're gonna bring at least 2 players right now before this shit kicks off.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't, then I really have no hope for this fucking squad. No hope.
All right, that's what I want to get at, right? Because
you know, that's what I'm saying. Javier Pastore, 3 goals, just himself. Yeah.
So you know, and you preface that at the end, right? But even so, the sentiment, like the general sentiment around the Galaxy right now is we're all down on them, right? We don't believe they have anything to offer,
right?
And this is going nowhere, right? Like this is a sinking ship. With that being said, none of us called 6 L's. We all saw the team coming with some points here or there, right? I think, you know, there was a lot of draws in there. Even George was graceful enough to give us a couple of dubs because of the 2 L's. But that's where I'm at. Like, we like pain. We like pain, right?
Because masoquista.
Listen, we talk about how everything is wrong and how clearly things are wrong, but yet we still believe that somehow, some way, these guys get some points. And listen, we're sick. We're sick. We're a sick bunch. We're a sick bunch. And when I say we, I mean everybody in the chat. I mean everybody who listens to this pod. I mean everybody who fucks with the Galaxy. Like we're a sick bunch because we believe we get some points out of this. And to be honest with you, like I do, right? I believe everything I said when we're running these games down. I believe. But I believe. But I wouldn't be surprised if we took fucking 6 L's.
Shut the fuck up with that shit.
What the fuck kind of laugh was that?
My bad. I was thinking of Jesse and shit.
Yeah, that's
right. It was interesting, man. 6 games ago, I really do believe it's big, right? Without some W's in this fucking 6 games, this season is a wash. And because of the whacked out like COVID season, this is gonna bleed on to the next season, right? Where this bleeds on to the next season, and that's also, if we don't get anything fixed right now, if we don't find a style of play, if we don't find like if GPS is out or whoever's out,
I got what you mean, yeah.
Like if we can't figure this shit out, right? And I'm listen. You say this all the time about how we're the Galaxy, we expect more, and I think you're right. But if we look at it realistically, we are the Galaxy who are today. Like this is not the Galaxy that we know for such a long time. This is you know those down years, and we've been there before.
Listen,
we've been here before.
If there's one thing I learned over the weekend in the podcast that we had with with Wayne, I didn't realize Manchester United had gone like what 22, 23 years without winning shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's like
listen,
what
and even our history, right? Like I mean, Ryan,
well, of course,
07, 08, like. Those are shit years, right?
Well, listen, it took us until 2002 to finally win something.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
right?
We had won the 2000, the fucking the Champions League, but
even 96 like is final, right? 97, like the team has always been competitive. It really shocks us. It sends it into a loop when we were bad.
Well, I guess that's where the difference is, right? Because we've been competitive.
Yeah,
I mean, even if we're talking about 2009, we've lost. We've played in 9 finals. We lost more finals than we won.
Yeah.
but we've been
listen,
competitive. We've been in playoffs just about every year in existence, minus 3-4 years. So yeah, minus these last 4 years, and then before that, 2-3 years. So like maybe a quarter of our existence, and that's not bad, man.
no, and that's the thing though, right? Like I think that's why I think these 6 games are important, because any kind of direction in the right way kind of levels it out for the next couple years coming in, right? Long term, because this year I think is a wash, right? If we make playoffs, I'd be happy. It's fucked up to say because I'm a LA Galaxy fan, but if we make playoffs this year and how it started, I'll be happy.
We're
But I
making
do want
playoffs. There's so many spots open.
But I do want to see this ship get right and get on track for the next 2-3 years to go, right? Not just for this season or the end of the season. It has to be long term. So that's what I'm hoping about the 6 games. I think they're important. And I'm also kind of happy that I get to see Galaxy play again, even though I won't be in the stands. I won't be with my boys, but you know, I mean, like the stands. But the games are there, so I'm kind of hyped for that. We got 12 days until the first match. We got 2 days until the transfer market opens. So,
oh my god, I'm so pumped for that.
Yeah, hopefully we have enough content to keep dropping them week by week. But with that being said, George, do we get questions?
Yep.
Let's run through some questions.
GBS to Ecuador. Blah 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 blah.
We bring Robbie Keane.
Legit, I don't know. I don't know how people fucking. I don't know how people fucking listen to us. We're dicks. I don't know. No, you guys.
Nah,
are dicks.
because we say the shit. We say the shit how it is, and let's be honest here. A lot of and this is facts. A lot of you Galaxy fans.
Didn't we start this whole unapologetic shit?
Yeah, exactly, and that's how we are. And
we're unapologetic.
That's why I'm such a fucking big fan.
Well, thank you.
Because y'all don't.
Yeah, you could get it too,
Thank
pussy.
you.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stupid ass Brian.
All right, David wants to know: do the Galaxy have a playing style / identity? Yeah, taking L's. That's our style.
Oh, hey, that's smart though. Yeah, you're right. Hey, bring that guy in straight from the stands. I like that guy.
Albertino, no, I added the taking L's. Albertino Morales wants to know: if GBS takes the national team gig, do we call this season a bust?
Yes.
Yeah, if he
if he leaves right now, yeah, big L, big.
All right. So Dre Sound wants to know: are we getting players in before the next game, and what's the update on Chicharito injury?
I'm not sure. I thought it was minor, so I thought Chicharito was back, but I read in the chat that said they think he's still injured.
It's gonna be like a
wait. I thought he left because it was precautionary.
No,
he had not.
Oh.
All right. And then
how long is the transfer window? Because it opens on the 12th, but how long is it?
I think a month. I'm not sure, but from what I read, I think it might be a month. So you got a month to make a couple.
But listen, in terms of moves, obviously there's talks, right? We already heard 2 players, so they're obviously they understand that there have to be moves made. Actually, we heard 3 players, including Pastore, right? And I think someone mentioned Balotelli on some article. I forgot what the fuck where I read it.
Cristiano.
But and listen, yeah, the Cristiano thing. But the point is that there's Galaxy's being mentioned now, right? They're being linked to things.
Yeah.
So I highly doubt these guys are oblivious to all these things. So even if these not these players, they understand like, oh shit, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna move? Who are we gonna go? Where can we go?
Man, I'm so skeptical of these signings though, man. I hope they're good. I hope they're long-term good.
I don't think I've seen any rumor that's like super solid where I'm like, fuck, dude, hell yeah, it looks like it's gonna be good and we're gonna get this guy, but
yep. Same.
Eric Sosa wants to know: how many points did we get this season? Is it considered a wash or is it a rebuild season? We kind of went through that.
Yeah, I think it's a rebuild season. And points, I don't know. What I'm hoping for is they make it into playoffs. I think that's a
whatever the minimum is to make it to playoffs. There you go.
That's a realistic goal for us right now. Sad.
Common Ground Squirrel wants to know: Keane as a head coach, yay or nay? Right now, nay, because GBS is our coach. Only Galaxy News wants to know.
Hold on, but I know, George. I don't know if you were on here. No, I think when you weren't on here, we talked about it, right? Because we talked about it last pod. Robbie Keane.
About Keane? Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you feel about Keane, George?
Yeah. We talked about it last pod. Yeah, because we talked about it last pod.
If GBS is officially out, I'll take Keane as a coach because I think he has that mentality of go out there and win it by all means necessary. And I think he's not stupid enough to try to get players that don't have that mentality. And I think that's what we've been fighting for.
Man,
I would like to see him do some coaching gigs first before he makes his debut as a coach at the LA Galaxy. So
see, but even that part. So I agree with everything you said, and people were talking about that. Oh well, no, he hasn't been long enough. That's irrelevant though. There's coaches that have been coaches forever, and they're fucking trash.
That's fair.
So you don't know, like you can't judge one on another. Listen, Mikel Arteta has been doing well with Arsenal, and I understand that he was under Pep and he does things and John Terry